some people are accusing OCBC and other banks in Singapore of spying on their phones here. Here's everything you need to know about the major security updates by banks in Singapore. Summarized and simplified for you. Don't assist if you don't understand my answers, you idiot. So, before you need to know what the heck is going on to a bank apps, you need to know what the heck is going on in Singapore. You see, recently there have been many cases of scammers logging into victims' bank accounts to transfer money out. How? Malware. Malware isn't related to mouse, but it's simply a program that is bad. You see, let's use an example of how this scam works. I go to Facebook, then I see an ad. Someone is selling 8 gohyongs for just $15. What cheap way? So I contacted that person. Then throughout the conversation, he gave me a link, saying need to download something cause got some issue. Then I go download. Then I got warning message asking if I want to install an app through other sources. The gohyong seller assume me is safe. And cause all gohyong lovers are kind one, so I install. What can go wrong, right? Cause I also no money inside my bank account. So I downloaded then the gohyong seller said, okay, he'll give me an update tomorrow. Then at 2 AM, when I'm sleeping, thousands of dollars will transfer out my bank account. I was dreaming cause I got thousands of dollars. You see, what I've installed is a malware, and once installed, it can control my phone. Since we save everything on our phone, even our passwords, the scammer can do the transfer without me knowing one. In the last few months, there have been many of such cases. Now, what you might not know is that we cannot anyhow install apps we downloaded from our website or from a file sent to us. For iOS, it's near impossible. So that's why I never hear Apple users facing this issue. For Android users, the default is that you can only download and install apps from Google Play Store. It's for safety reasons, as all apps in the App Stores are reviewed to ensure that they are safe. If you want to install an app from other sources, you need to change your setting. Quite mafan one. But it's durable if you just step here and there. However, they keep on warning you about the dangers of installing apps from other sources. Still, some of us have to download apps from other sources. For example, some of us need to use Chinese apps that are only available in China. A good example is Douyin, TikTok's China version. Also, many app developers use their phones as emulator when they are coding. So it's common for people to install apps from other sources, which is what caused a problem. Recently, the OCBC app won't work if you have such apps installed on your phone. The reason is obvious, is to protect the users. Because if you watch everything, you know that it can protect the idiot who wanted to buy cheap gohyong one. This triggered people. Cause for a start, it looks like the bank is spying on us. Since you can look at what apps are installed on our phone. But the head of OCBC anti-fraud say, we want to make it clear, we don't monitor or conduct on customers' phone. But other than privacy, people unhappy cause this means they cannot use those third-party apps which is known as sideloaded apps. They felt like they are forced to uninstall other apps just to use the bank app. It's a HPP forcing you to take 10,000 steps before you can go to TikTok. Good idea, but is it too extreme? OCBC, however, said that it will only block apps that are not downloaded from official app stores and which also have risky permission settings that could cause the phone and mobile banking app to be compromised. Now here's the thing. OCBC has just started this, and soon all banks in Singapore might follow suit. Actually, if they want to take such an extreme step for security, I got an idea. Why not? Instead of using digits on phone, we use papers and metals. You know, like paying $2 as purple, $5 as green, $10 as red. Then when we buy something, we use those papers to pay for the services or products. We keep all these papers at home, so scammers cannot scam us. Idea, right? Like that, we can use Douyin, also use our bank app. Cash? Seems like someone copy me. If you feel you have learned something, consider subscribing and also watch this video to be smarter. I think so.